Watch off with that dress.
Yes, oh my
ladies.
God. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Ready? Okay. We'll talk about it right now.
Okay.
I'm literally just a girl. Hello, girls.
Hi.
And welcome back.
Welcome to Literally Just a Girl.
Oh my gosh, so we're just talking about, because I was wearing my Apple Watch right now, and Hannah's like, do you wear Apple Watch all the time? And no, I don't. Listen, I like girls who can change out their band. Do I have the patience to be changing out my band? I don't. The whole little thing is too hard to push down. Like, I don't know. It's my one little thing that I'm just not, like, good at. So I only wear it, like, if I'm going to go shopping and I'm not in a cute outfit. Like, if I'm, like, in a casual outfit, I wear it because I like to count my steps. But I'm sorry. If you are one of those girls wearing a summer dress with an Apple Watch on, girl, what are you doing?
Take it off.
Take it off. Please.
Immediately.
Please take it off.
Please.
I can't.
There's nothing I hate more, I swear.
There's nothing I hate more either. And, like, if I'm at a restaurant, in a nice restaurant, and a girl is wearing her Apple Watch,
just add a pair of Crocs, you're done. You're done.
Add a pair of Crocs, you're done. You're done.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. I can't either. I don't know. Yeah, no. I mean, I get it. I get the counts your steps. I get it for the phone. I've never really used it for the phone.
Yeah.
But, no, I'm going to take it off now. Anyways.
I need to tell you something.
Anyways. I don't need it right now.
When I first got an Apple Watch, I was like, ooh, it tracks my sleep. Like, oh my God, I just think I should wear it when I sleep so I can track my sleep. First night, I wore it to bed. And it's so funny because in the middle of the night, I was like, I'm horny. Okay. And I, like, went over to, like, feel up Blake or, like wake him up with it. And I'm like, God damn it, this fucking Apple Watch. I'm like,
Chris hates it when I wear my Apple Watch too. If we're, like, mid-sex and I have my Apple Watch on, he's like, take off that shit. Like, take it off. He's like, he does not like it.
I couldn't last a single night. I was like, this is so dumb.
Yeah,
I can't.
I can't either.
Okay, let's talk about your hair.
Yes.
It looks so good.
Okay, so I went in on Thursday. I literally texted my girl on Wednesday because I was coming back from my lashes, and I was like, hey, are you by chance in the salon right now? Because for you guys, I've talked about it before. My salon is literally right next door to my apartment complex. So she's like, no, I already left, but I can, like, what do you need? And I'm like, oh, I just want to come in for, like, my hair consult. I just want to talk about my hair. She's like, okay, come tomorrow at noon. So on Thursday, I did a class across the street, which I'm loving. I did it again today, and I'm, like, obsessed. It's, like, F45, but a little better. And they train for this I think it's hydroxy. It's, like, a type of, like, another lifting tournament type of thing where it's not CrossFit. It's, like, different. And I was going to go this weekend, but I didn't end up going because it was raining and stuff. But I'm, like, super, like, interested in it. So I don't know if I'm going to compete or anything in it. But I think it's going to be something that I'm going to, like, look into because I really enjoy it. So it's, like, running, burpees, ball throws.
But you can compete?
Yeah, so you do competitions.
Oh.
So it's, like, based on time, your
so it's like the pacer test.
Basically like a pacer test, yes.
Yeah, count me out.
Yeah, was like,
I hated that shit in school.
I went today, and he was like, oh, are you really interested in it? And I'm like, yes, I actually am. He's like, oh, okay, because there's a competition coming up in March here in Houston. And he was like, are you doing it with a partner? And I was like, or are you doing it solo? And I'm like, I would do it solo. I'm like, I guess. But, I mean, it's just the beginning. I haven't really done, I want to do, like, a full training thing to see if I could even, like, if I would probably need some time to, like, really get into shape with that. But my cardio is so good. So, like, I have to tell them, like, hey, because they're like, dude, your heart rate is so good. It peaks, but it comes back down really fast, which I have excellent, like, heart health because of my running background. So, anyways, I went there on Thursday, and then I went to the salon, and I was telling Gabe, the owner, I was like, he's like, do you have an appointment today? And I was like, he's like, I just saw you, like, 6 days ago. And I was like, no, I don't. I was like, I just want Tori to look at my hair. I'm like, it is fried. I cannot do this. I was like, I cannot do this color. It is not good. And he's like, I just And then he got me in trouble for dyeing my brows. And I was like, listen, I cannot do the dark eyebrows and the light hair. Like, I cannot do how dark my eyebrows are. Yeah. And my eyebrows are thick. They're not like thin, like you know, like they're thick. And I'm like, he's like, well, you lost some of that contrast, or you're like blending now with the hair. And I'm like, okay, I can kind of see that. But I'm like, I don't like the color. I'm like, I thought I wanted to be blonde. This is not for me. I'm like, I just cannot do it. I'm like, I'm not enjoying it. And he's like, no, I get it. Like, we did everything we could to get you there. And obviously it's going to take some more time. But if you're not loving it, you're not loving the process, this is what it was for. And, because he was like, you're not blonde yet. And I'm like, no, I know I'm not blonde yet. And he's like, okay, but if you don't like it, then we can just go back. So, yeah, I talked to Tori, and she was just like, all right, let's get you dark to like a dark brown matte. So she has that color in her hair, and it looks really pretty. So we put that in, and I'm already in love. I do think I wanted to start off a little lighter, then go ahead and going super black. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm like, I want to go black again, but I'm not going to go, I think I want to do a more soft, natural black, almost like my natural versus like the jet blue black that I had, because when I look back at pictures, I don't like how like cosmic like I looked almost like cosplay like I don't know, I don't like how dark it was. I want it to be like a softer black. But I texted the girls because my hair is so fried. It's getting better now, and this is why I'm wearing it up, girls, because I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but I cannot be applying heat every day. So I'm like coconut oils all over my hair right now. But it's just so bad, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna chop it all off. And they were both like, well, the people at the salon were like, are you sure? And I'm like, I think I just want to chop it all off. So I'm like, all right before I do this, because I don't want it to be a rash decision, let me text Hannah and Gabby, because they'll tell me the truth. And I sent them a picture. Looked really cute on the
gorgeous
girl.
inspo.
Gorgeous. But they were both like, listen, it's going to look cute. But what was your take?
Well, when I saw it, I just felt like I need to support you in what you want, because you've been saying you hate your hair, you don't like it, and if you're not happy, change it back to what you know you will love. I felt like the haircut was like pushing it. I was like, okay, calm down, take a breather, okay? Because I did that to my hair once. I chopped it off, and I regretted it. Not even 3-4 days later, I was like, what did I do? It's going to take me 5 years to grow my hair long. And I know hair grows fast, but that was short, girl. That was short.
I wasn't thinking about how long, because I had my hair short one time, but I didn't realize how long it was going to take. I didn't think about that until you said that.
Yeah.
And I was
the inspo was beautiful, guys. Yeah. But it was like Karen cut short.
Like it was short. It was
shorter than your shoulders.
Yeah, it was shorter than my shoulders.
I'm sure will look stunning, but I said, do it if you want to do it, but invest in extensions immediately, because you're gonna miss your long hair. I love the short hair. I do. It looks so good in a business meeting, at work, at the office. But the second you're like, I want to like go on a date night and look like sexy as hell. I like want to curl my hair. You're gonna miss it, because I did. And then you're gonna have to invest in thousands and thousands of dollars of a weft or extensions or clip-ins, and it's just gonna be a whole nother thing. I think you would have regret. But I'm all for it. Like, if you want to cut your hair, do it. You're gonna completely pull it off.
Yeah. What was your take, Abby?
I said you were going to end up with a pixie cut.
Yeah, you did say that. Shit.
Well, it's because your hair is fried.
Yeah.
You're going to cut it short.
Yeah.
You use heat because you want to style it.
Yeah.
So you're going to need another haircut. And if that keeps breaking, you're going to end up in a pixie.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the other thing, too, because they were like, listen, I know you're trying to cut off, like, the dead, like, trim it, but like your whole hair is fried, so like it's not gonna look as smooth as it is for her, because your hair all over has layers and it's like has split ends.
She's like, I'm not mad at it. Give me the pixie.
No, so I was just like, I was thinking about that, and you know what really, like, I really love Tori for this, my hairstylist, because she was like, I think you can rock anything. She's like, dude, you can rock anything, but you like to wear your hair up a lot. She's like, when you go out, you wear your really pretty curly hair and then you put it up. And I was like, fuck. And then I was like, wait, because I have my whole hairdo planned for your wedding. And I was like, what am I going to do for Hannah's wedding? That came to my head. I'm like, I'm going to look, my thing is I don't like to look the same every day. You know, I'm like, I'm going to have to style my hair every day the same. And then for Hannah's wedding, I'm just going to have this haircut. And then I was like, she's like, think about it. She's like, just think about it. We're going to color you first. And then, so she colored me. Thankfully, she like had time to color me right then and there. She didn't have time to like blow dry me or anything. But I was just like, I'm grateful you colored my hair. And I was like, honestly, it worked out because I'm not cutting it. See you later. I was like, no. I was like, no. Because then she said the same thing. She's like, we'll cut it. We'll add extensions. But I'm like, dude, I do not want to add another expense on top. About that. Like, I just don't want to. And I know Chris doesn't want me to. So it's like, I don't want to keep paying for these extensions. Because I was even thinking right now, I still have some clip-ins, so, because I'm not loving the length of mine right now, I'm like, well, I can just add those in, because in like 6 weeks, because my hair will be dark again. Yeah. So, no, I'm very happy with going back dark. It's still not, right now it looks pretty dark.
It looks great.
But it's still like light, and I think it's going to get lighter these next few weeks because of the bleach that I did before. But I'm going to dye it again in 5-6 weeks when my grays come in, and that'll be a little darker, and I'm back, baby.
Yes.
And I'm not ever changing it again, because fuck that shit. If you got black hair, don't do it. I cry. I have so much breakage. I have invested hundreds of dollars on Olaplex, on mask, on the Kerastase shampoo, on the purple shampoo from Amik. I literally have so much money in hair products. Where before I didn't
hand-me-downs for Gabby.
I know. I had the purple shampoo. I was like, I just bought this purple mask. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to give it to Gabby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Yeah, but I'm back, guys, and I'm so happy. Chris still wants me darker. He's like, it's not as dark as I want. I'm like, baby, I know.
I was going to ask you, how would Chris feel about you cutting your hair short?
He was okay with it.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, I love you. Like, because I had it short before, and he's like, I think you can pull. He's like, I know you can pull it off, but I don't want you to make a rash decision just because you're not liking it. Yes. So he's like, just think about it. You can
always cut it later if you do decide to do that.
Which I think, what I think will end up happening is like what Gabby said. I'll need, after this, I'm going to need another trim. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I need to make sure that like, okay, right now I'm doing everything I can. I'm literally taking vitamins too to help my hair grow. And then we'll get the trim. And after that, girl, I'm on my vitamin game. I've heard Nutrafol is amazing, a supplement for hair, so I'm going to start taking it. It's like $100 a month, though. But I mean, I just want that luscious, natural hair. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to do whatever it takes now. Because before, I wasn't really taking care of my hair. And now I'm like, after all this, I'm going to start taking care of my hair. Yeah. Because, no, it's been a ride. He just wants me to get it darker. He's like, black. Get the black. And I'm like, listen, I don't want to go straight into black. Let me just slowly go back into dark.
He likes you chola.
He likes me black. He just thinks it's sexy. Like he's like, it's very
it looks
exotic.
Really good on you.
Yeah, so he's just like, I want you to be that dark again. So, and my baby next one, I'll be dark again. Yeah. So
I'm devastated because I wanted to see you blonde because I'm like living through you because I loved when I was blonde for a little bit, but it damaged my hair too much and I'm never going to be able to go back. I know it. And it's sad because when I was blonde 4-ish years ago, I was like, I was waiting for like Blake to propose because I was like, I want to have blonde hair at my wedding. That was like my dream. I wanted to have beautiful balayage blonde hair, and now it's like, no, I can't ever go back.
No. Yeah. I feel like when I see your pictures of you having blonde hair now,
it's weird, right?
It's weird. You look, I just feel like some people can pull it and some people cannot. Yeah. And I just felt like I look fucking naka. Like, I look like the Mexican Naka girl trying to... And, girl, everywhere that I went, it's like the first thing I notice on girls. Like, we were at La La Land, and I'm like, these girls fucking need to go back dark because they look ugly in this light hair. And this everywhere, and I'm like, I probably look the fucking same. I had a girl sitting behind me at La La Land, I swear she's looking at my hair. I swear she's like, damn, that girl has some raggedy split ends. I was like, no. I couldn't. I was just so self-conscious about my hair. I cannot. I'm just like, no.
Imagine her actual thoughts were like, damn, that girl's so beautiful, so pretty. And you're like, oh my God.
Like, don't look at my split ends.
I promise you she was not thinking that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what did you do this weekend?
I wanted to tell you that I tried Ride on Sunday. This class you've been telling me
class?
To Gustavo's class. It was EDM versus reggaeton.
Oh.
It was so good.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh my God.
Was it the noon class or the 10?
It was the noon class.
Oh yeah, his noon class is really good. I just don't go. Yeah, it's
like
usually
completely full. The one thing I will say about Ride is those bikes are like asshole to elbow. Like there is not
no, you don't have room for anything.
No.
Yeah.
No. Like I felt like when I was doing dips, I was like right by this guy's nalgas, like right here.
Yeah.
And it's like the bikes are a little too close for me, but it kind of like makes the vibe almost more like team, like camaraderie, because you're just like so close to everyone. The girl next to me is like right here, right? And it's like if I'm going hard, she's going hard. If she's going hard, I'm going hard. But the energy he brings, like, was so good.
Yeah.
Yes, like it was such a killer workout. Gustavo in Houston, he's so good.
He's so good. He's my favorite.
Good. His energy was so good.
He's my favorite. I mean, I think of energy wise, I just click with him really well, and he's like the one that I started with at Cycle Bar. So just like, but I will say, the bikes are really close, but you get, at first you're like, oh shit, because you're coming from Cycle Bar, but after that, I feel like you can't go back because the the team effort is so there, and you feel so close, and I feel like you feed off everyone's energy, right? And like if someone else has really good energy that day, I feel it, and I'm like, fuck yeah. So it was, I'm so glad. God. You need to let me know when you want to come again.
I want to go to Noon like every single Sunday. It was so good, and it was funny because like his energy is so good, but he has like his regulars in the class, and like they would take a break and he'd be like, "Párate, párate, vámonos." Like it's like, oh shit, okay, you cannot sit down in his class. You cannot sit down in Gustavo's class. It's like, oh shit.
You're like, how did it feel though? Did it feel harder?
Something I like about Ride versus other studios is there's no stats, there's no screens.
Yes.
It's just a matter of riding to the beat, having a great time, getting in your workout, like sweat as much as you can. There's no numbers, which I like.
I love that there's no numbers.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Like I'm in love, honestly, compared to other studios. Like it's just, of course, like I always will love other studios I've been to, but the energy is unmatched.
Yeah.
It was such a good workout.
So good. And I think I love that it doesn't have numbers or screens or anything. I mean, I still come home and Chris is like, did you get first place? And I'm like, yeah, baby, sure. He's like, don't come home if you didn't get first place. But I love, like, it's like, because you ride to the beat of the song. I feel like you kind of like turn it up at your own pace and you challenge yourself without focusing on a number. And I also feel like I get a good workout without like destroying myself to the point where like I'm like dreading coming in the next day, right? Like it's really good.
It was amazing.
Okay.
I can't wait to go back.
I'm so glad you tried it.
It was amazing, yeah.
What else did you do this weekend?
Other than that, I went to Pilates, of course, which killed me.
Oh yeah, you go to Solid Core on the weekends.
I go to Solid Core every single weekend. And Steph's class, she's doing now a advanced 50 minutes, and it's a full advanced class. So every girl in there, you have at least like 50 classes under your belt. And it's so killer. Like, she really just pushes us. You got to try it. I'm signed up for every week up until the wedding. But, like, I can't feel my ass.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts so bad to move. I'm so sore. It's such a killer workout. Like,
I've realized I like more floor Pilates than I do reformer. Do I get sore from reformer? I get so sore and so inflamed to the point where I feel sick. Yeah. And that's what I don't like about it. Yeah. That I'm like, I get like so sickly the next day. And I just think I'm one of those people that like, that's why like I like these classes. I like faster versus slower, because I feel like when I'm going in slower, my mind starts to work. So, like, that's why I love these classes. And, like, for me, boxing is such a relief because you have no time to think. Like, in boxing, like, you'll get fucking... Like, my coach will, like, smack me if I'm not, like, you have to... You cannot let your brain, like, shift for a second. And I feel like with slower movement, it's, like, it's really hard for me to turn off my brain. And I get fucking so sore in a reformer.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I mean, I'm like... It is one of the most challenging classes for sure that anyone can ever take.
It is.
Absolutely.
It really is.
I think for me, it's not something I absolutely love.
Yeah. But. Understandable. I feel that way too. Like I'm walking side to side. But I feel like I like this. I like the calm sometimes because it's almost like my me time, and I get to like really zone into that 45 minutes of me, right? And like I committed to this, and I get to think about like what I'm doing this week. I kind of enjoy it, but I also really enjoy a good HIIT class, like spin, for instance, or boxing. I've never been to boxing, but I can imagine it's like a release of all the pent up energy, and it's like a good way to like reset your brain.
Yeah. No, I also feel like, well, for me, for my body, and I love that we're talking about this because I know a lot of girls are in their Pilates journey too. And we did talk about it a little bit. Like, if you don't have a Pilates body, you're not gonna get a stick in Pilates, right? Like, you kind of have to make sure not only is your diet really good, but you have like the long limbs and stuff. But for me with Pilates, I didn't like doing it because I was doing it a lot in the summer, but if I did it, I have to give myself 3 days to be in a bikini because your core is so sore. It was so inflamed. I would be squishy for 3 days, like just from the inflammation in my core.
Yeah.
So like my body, I'm telling you, like when I did Reformer, girl, like I just felt sick the next day, and I was like, I can't be feeling like this. But also I was doing it once a week. You have to like make sure you're doing it. I would think like 2-3 times a week to get a little bit more used to it.
Yes.
And I just didn't.
Yeah. No, it takes a lot to get used to. It is so tough, but rewarding and so worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think everyone should, I think every girl should try different training methods.
For sure.
You'll find one that you really, really love. And even when you find one you really, really love and you're hesitant to try a new one, like just try it because you might fall in love with that one. Like this class, and it's something I wanted to talk about. Like, I feel like I've been going through this thing where like I feel like I need someone in order to do something. Like I need someone to come with me in order to run. I need someone to come with me in order to go spin. Or I need someone to come with me in order to do like other things. And I don't know where the shift went because I wasn't like that before. And then it just kind of started happening. And it's like almost like a codependency thing. And I don't know where it came from, but I'm catching it that I'm doing it. Or I was doing it. So that's why I signed up across the street because I was like, I want to do this class. Like, I want to go by myself. Like, am I nervous? Absolutely. Like, we're all like, even the most, like, you know, I've been in the fitness industry for a long time. Like, I know what to do, but like, I get nervous about trying a new place, you know? But I went and I'm like, fuck it. Like, you know, I'm either going to love it or hate it. And I love it. And everyone is so friendly. And I love that it's also like, it's a much older crowd. I will say that. But I love it. I love to see, like, the older people push themselves. And, like, it's been really great. So, like, I actually had a conversation with Chris. I'm like, I'm happy I'm doing this. And I'm like, I want to start, like, running on my own. Like, if you don't want to come, like, me, just go. Like, I think sometimes it's just really hard for me to do things on my own recently. Because I feel like maybe it's, like, I have to be in my thoughts. Mm-hmm. And then that gets overwhelming a little bit. But I'm sharing this with you guys because if you're hesitant about trying something on your own, just do it. Because like now I love this class and like I walk to it every morning. It's right across the street. I ran into it this morning because I was running late. And then I have a coffee shop here, so if I want to stop by and get coffee. And just like the walk back too kind of helps. Like just like, oh, I'm like really proud of myself that day because I did a really good job. And like it's just like been really cool to do something like that on my own. And I've invited like friends, oh, like if you want to come, but like I'm still going to go, right? And I'm, like, starting to get back into, like, well, I want to train. So, like, I feel like I was, like, trying to, well, so-and-so can't work out this time. They got to work out at this time, and they want to do this. And now I'm like, well, listen, I'm back into, like, really feeling good about myself and getting back on track. So I'm going to work out at this gym at this time because I know that this is going to give me the results that I want versus, like, me trying to find the schedule for everyone, like, you know, I'm
not
like,
anyone else.
No, yeah, and so like I told Chris, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna go to this gym, like I'm gonna go at this time because this fits my schedule. Like, I need it for me. I'm like starting to get back on track. I'm like feeling good about it. I'm like my content's like is slacking, and I know that this is gonna help it, and like I need to start doing things that are gonna help me. And he's like all on board. So I'm like, listen, if you can't do it and your workout buddies can't do it, you get with them, but like, my girls can do it with me, and they know, like, if they can't, that's fine. I want to do it. So, like, I feel like getting back into that is really, I think it's, like, now that I'm talking through it, I think that's just, like, it's not that I was a codependent. I feel like it's, like, I was trying to make everything work for everyone. And I'm, like, that person, right? But in that doing everything for everyone and fitting everything in everyone's schedule so that we can make it work, I'm, like, giving up a little part of me, or like, oh, my little goal, oh, that can just, I'll do it another day, whatever. And it doesn't get done because it doesn't fit into my schedule. So like putting myself first again and doing things for myself and doing it alone, if that means that no one can do it with me, is been helping me.
That's great. And that's crazy you say that, because Sunday I woke up and I was like, I am craving, like, I want to go on a run, but I was like, I don't feel like going to the 24-hour right now. I just like,
it was horrible weather too to run outside.
It was horrible weather.
Horrible.
It was horrible. And I was like, no, I'm going to feel shitty if I don't do something today, like cardio wise, just something health wise. I had done Pilates the day prior, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna book a class. I was like, I don't care if I don't know anyone there. I was a little nervous, which is crazy. You're saying that, and you're telling me that you also experienced that. I was like nervous, like as if you're starting the first day of high school.
Oh my gosh,
it's
or
so
like,
scary. Like, I don't know who's gonna be there.
You're like,
I don't know.
Oh my god! And I walk in, and you're like, people are staring at me. Like,
yes, like I don't know where to put my locker. Like, you know, like why do we have that anxiety?
Oh my god!
And I swear, I was thinking all of that, and as I was parking, I was like, I kind of have anxiety to go, and I was like, fuck it. Like, grow some balls. Like, what is the worst that could happen, right? Like, you meet amazing people there. Everyone was so kind. Everyone was so helpful. Like, everyone just talking to their friends. It's nice to go on a solo date. Like, I had the best morning just going by myself. Yes. I didn't have to wait on anyone else. I didn't have to... I could leave quickly out of the class if I wanted to. I didn't have to wait on anyone, right? Like, it was so nice. And just like, you go grab a coffee by yourself and you have a solo date, and it's really refreshing. You don't always have to go somewhere with everyone or with someone to feel like comfortable. Do something out of your comfort zone for yourself. And it's really, really nice. Like, I went to this little jewelry shop. I went to Sephora. Like,
those are the best.
Yes, they are.
Those are the best. You go to a spin class, and then you go a little bit of shop. You get a coffee and a little bit of shopping.
A little here and there. A little Target. A little Sephora.
My god. Yeah.
Maybe some Home Goods.
It's like, so good.
Sweet Green. I got my coffee.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go home and clean. Or like, it's the best.
It's the best. Yeah. Yeah. Because I did that Thursday. I did the class, and then I went to Sador, which is a sauna place, and I was just like, I didn't fucking cold plunge.
You did?
I tried.
Blake's
it was
been
too
into cold plunging lately.
Oh my god, it was too cold. I usually do it, but I could not. I think it was because it was so freezing that day. I literally put my feet in, and I was like, you got this. You got this. And then I was like, no, fuck this shit. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. But it was like so good. Like, I felt so good because I did the sauna for 30 minutes. And then I went to do my hair. Like, it's just like so good, like, to do solo dates like that. You know?
Love it.
I love it.
Because it's like, I don't know, it's so funny that we both experienced this, because I was in the car and I was leaving. I'd gotten the coffee. I'd gotten my Sweet Green, right? And I was leaving. I was like, I want to go get a piercing. Is that when you got a piercing? Shut the hell up. Oh my god. I want to go get a piercing. And I was like, should I? I was like, fuck it. I'm on my own time. I'm a grown woman. I can do whatever I want. I was like, I can go get one right now.
The third one right
Yeah, I did.
Did it hurt?
No. Okay. I mean, a little bit, but not really. And then I switched out my cartilage.
Okay.
And I was just sitting there. I was like, I could get a tattoo if I want to.
Oh my god, stop.
There's just such a fun feeling about being a woman, being an adult, and having a solo day, doing whatever the hell you want to do for the day. It's really fun.
It's really fun, too, because, like, if you have a partner, you're always like, oh, well, you don't want to take too long at the store because, you know, like this. Or like, oh, if I'm going to pop it, like, he's like, Chris was like, Saturday, do you want to go to Sephora? Because I was like, oh, let's go to Sephora and Target because it's right next door. We went to Target real quick, and then he's like, are we not going to Sephora? I was like, no, babe, I don't want to. Because, like, I just don't want to pop in. I want to look around. I want to swatch. I want to just
I know. It's like dragging them like a dog on the leash.
And I'm like, no. But when you go solo and you decide what you want, you're not in
all
a
the
hurry.
testers.
Yeah, it's just a good time. You're like, I'm like thinking, do I have time for a solo day this week? No, but it's just like a good time.
It is.
Just do things by yourself. I promise. I mean, I know a lot of us love to do it, but even like do the class by yourself. Like the people in my class are so friendly. They all know my name now. Like I've talked to them. Like they were so encouraging. They're like, oh my god, like this is your first week and you're like doing great. And I'm like, you are so sweet. Like it's just like everyone's really like motivating and like, it's just really cool.
It really is.
And especially in a fitness class, like unless I will say this, fitness classes and gyms are different. If you go to a bro gym, like of course unfortunately, you're going to run into fucking assholes sometimes, right? And that's just the way it is. Not everyone has proper gym etiquette. Not everyone is friendly at a gym. But if you go to a class, more often than not, people are going to be very friendly.
Yes.
You may not maybe vibe with a certain instructor, because I've had friends who are like, I didn't like that instructor, like she was too aggressive, whatever. Try another one. Yes. I always say, give that place, if you like the place, give it a try with a different instructor, because there's always going to be someone you click more with, right? So just do it, because I promise you're going to love it.
Exactly.
And it is a you time.
It is you time. And there's something about, and I know some classes can get really pricey.
Yes.
Like, I know it's expensive to get a membership at Solid Core. I know it's expensive to do spin and be consistent with it. But if you do have the means, or you can do like a drop-in class, or like Jasmine's talked about, Class Pass.
Do Class Pass.
Yeah,
I
you
love
said it's great. If you have the means to do it, sign up and almost like budget it to your monthly expenses, because it's so worth it.
Absolutely.
Because when I sign up for a class, there's a late fee if I cancel, right? I have to go to this class. Like, I have to. And there's something about putting it in my calendar. I make the time for it. I don't care how busy my schedule is. I have to go, like it's a doctor's appointment, right?
Yeah.
And you get it done. And when everyone else there is also committed and they're also paying for that class, more likely or not, like you said, they're also going to be in the same mentality as you, and they're going to be grateful to be there. They're going to be happy to be there. Like, we say hi to our neighbor in Solid Core, right? Like, same at Ride. And there's something about, you just know everyone paid for this class, and they're spending an hour to be there, making it a point to be there. And you know, like, there's going to be someone in your same position. Like, maybe they're going by themselves, and they would be so happy if you were to say hi to them.
Absolutely.
Right? So
I just want, like, even today, I had a new partner, because everything's with partner. And she came in, and then we started talking a little bit, and then she's like, yeah, I'm a mom of two. And I'm like, oh my God, honey, you're a mom of two, and you're doing this class, and you're, like, killing it. And I'm like, and I'm over here complaining about all the workload I have, and you still have to go home and pick up your children.
I'm a mom of two fur babies.
Yeah, I'm a mom of two fur babies. But, I'm just like, say hi. Like, everyone, like, you can tell I always try to do, like, try to say hi to anyone at Ride, too, who I feel like is new or something. I'm like, hi, or smile, or I'm like, good job, you know, like, you know, it's just a friendly thing. But
it is. Yeah, make it a point to go if you go, because there's going to be someone else in your shoes that's also uncomfortable.
Yeah. So Sunday, I started the White Lotus.
Period? Oh! My God, shut up.
First of all, I have not started my period, and I was just telling Hannah this. I'm like, I feel like every month for the people who are like me and Chris and just pull out strong, baby. Every month, I'm like, oh my God, this tiredness, where's it coming from? I'm pregnant. Oh my God, this nausea, where is it coming from? I'm pregnant. And I'm not even late, but it's just like this anxiety. Yes. And today I was like, God damn, I'm like real tired. I'm like, you think I'm like in my head, may I be pregnant? I'm like, I'm not even gonna tell Chris. I'm like, no, there's like no way. But like, it's just, I get that every fucking month.
Every month.
Dude.
We live with that.
Anxiety. I'm like, this tiredness is something else.
Yeah. I was telling you before we started rolling, I was like, I tell Blake all the time, I'm like, I'm craving a cheeseburger. I'm pregnant. I'm craving Taco Bell. The baby wants Taco Bell. I'm pregnant.
I had Taco Bell last night, and Chris is like, oh, is this the last Taco Bell in a few months? And I'm like, yes. Probably, more than likely, yes. I'm like, I need to get ready because I was like, I need to get ready for the summer, babe. I am tired of this jiggliness. I'm like, this is it. We went to HEB, and I'm like, we got the chicken, we got the protein. I'm like on my supplements, I'm on the collagen. I'm like, I swear to God, if I don't get this summer body, I'm like, no, but I'm just like, I've been craving, and I'm like, and it's always like when I'm about to start my period, I just need chocolate. I'm like, I need everything. Chocolate.
I was telling Gabby that.
Cake.
I was like,
I want chocolate ice cream. I want chocolate.
That's what gets me. I crave sugar when I'm about to start my period. Yeah. Like, I want a large Baja Blast.
A Baja Blast?
Yes, Taco Bell. I want a pint of Baja Blast, and then I also want a cake, and then I also want a butter cake, and then I also want candy. Like, I'm bad.
Yeah.
I'm bad.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. But I'm really bad right before my period, but then when I'm on my period, I'm not bad. And then after my period, for like 2-3 weeks, I'm not bad at all.
No, that's how I am too.
But it's
right before.
Literally right before.
And the day I start, I'm too nauseous. Yeah. I'm nauseous for like 2 days.
Yes,
that's how bad my cramps are. I won't eat. I literally will not eat because of how bad the cramps are. But I just binged all this junk like the day before, 2 days before. So Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's terrible sometimes being a girl.
Is hard. So
yeah,
sometimes.
You started White Lotus. I'm waiting to binge the whole thing. So
you said that. Well, we rented a movie. We had been dying to watch Nosferatu or whatever. It's a vampire movie. It's like they made it and they remade it, and I thought it was gonna be amazing. So I ended up buying it, even though it was free on Peacock. Anyways, bought it. It's a 2-hour movie. Anyone knows me, I don't like to sit down for 2-hour movies, but I'm like, fuck it, I've been wanting to watch it. Let's watch it, babe. And we started an hour in. I'm like, this is the most boring movie I have ever seen. So we stop it, and we're like, okay, well, it's early. We can't watch another 4 episodes of Grey's Anatomy. So we were like scrolling, and he's like, oh, White Lotus. And I'm like, fuck, but I really wanted to binge it with Hannah. And Hannah was going to watch it. And I'm like, all right, let's start it. So far, it's pretty good. But with White Lotus, it really is. Slow. It's slow. It's random families put together in a hotel.
Right.
You know? Like, that's what it is. But then there's this part, right? And you're going to see it, but it just reminds me of, obviously I don't think this is how all women are, but this is how women are. So there's just 3 friends, they're older, they go on the trip. And you know how, like, I wanted to see if you're that type of, I know you're probably not that type of friend, I don't think. But you know how, like, let's say me, you, and Gabby are, like, we're having a conversation. Oh, my God, I missed you so much. Like, we haven't seen each other in years, but, like, life is so good. Oh, my God, you look amazing. And it's, first of all, when it's so cringe if you're in a party of 3 and you're just going back and forth and you're like, you look so amazing. No, you look so amazing. And no one is complimenting the other friend. Yeah. I'm just like, I'm cringing for you here. But then, like, okay, we're, like, catching up, and let's say Gabby leaves, right? Okay. And then I'm like, Gabby looks so great. And you're like, she looks so great, right? Yeah, she looks so great. Like, she's just been, like, she's such a hard worker. And you're like, yeah, she's such a hard worker. And you're like, yeah, I'm like, even after all her daughter's been through, and you're like, oh, really? Like, what's her daughter been through? She's just like, and I'm like, like, you know, like, she's just been getting in trouble in school. Like, the divorce just didn't really do well. And you're like, really? I just had no clue. And you're like, but I love her. You know,
like, she's coming back. She's coming back.
But, like, you know, like, I'm like, is that what? No. She's not talking shit about her.
Yeah, but you're talking about her behind her back.
But you're talking about her behind her back.
Yeah, no, that's shitty.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a real friend.
Because I feel like I've been, like, where I'm like, what can I say? Like, I feel like I've had conversations. I don't talk shit about my friends, but I've had conversations where I'm like, I guess I have an opinion about what my friend is doing, and it's my opinion. Mm-hmm. So I may talk about it with my other friend.
I think that's okay. It's your opinion.
Okay.
That's different.
Okay.
If you're sitting here, and for instance, what I always like to say, and I think I've said it on the podcast before, but something that's important to me is, if you are talking about someone and they are not present in the room, talk about them as if they were right there.
Yes.
Anything you say, if you are talking about someone else who's not present, make sure it's something that you'd be perfectly fine with either one being repeated by that person you're telling in the exact words and phrases you're using, or as if they were listening in on that conversation. Yeah. And I think if you're saying everything appropriately, it's okay, right? But I also try and make sure I'm not ever, like, projecting something I would assume they would think. Like, I'm not opinionating their thoughts, right? So it's always going to be something I think, but I'm not going to put words into their mouths because they're not there.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
like,
yes, because I 100%. There is a difference between you talking about that person versus you sharing your opinion.
Yeah,
about
which
that
is
person.
completely fine.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, is that, when I was watching that last night, I was like, wait, I share my opinion. Is that different? But it is.
Yeah.
Because I'm 100%, like, if I say something about, like, whatever, like, Hannah's doing this, but I think this is going to be really hard on her, blah, 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 blah. But, like, I want her to figure it out. Like, if you were in the room, I would say
that's
that to
something
your face.
You would say to me.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's totally fine if, maybe her, let's say the White Lotus, like, situation, if her daughter's having a hard time or whatever, maybe when she left to go to the bathroom or whatever, you could be like, oh, we need to ask her how her daughter's doing. I wonder how that's going. You know, like, that's fine, right? She comes back and you're like, hey how's
your daughter?
Right. Like, what's happening with that situation? Or we heard she's not doing too good in school. What's going on? That's fine too, right? Like, that's all honest conversation, but it's a matter of, like, low-key gossiping.
Yeah. Because people low-key gossip like that.
Yeah.
And but I like to watch that, though. I'm like, you bad.
Yeah.
No, but it was just like part of the show yesterday. So I was like, I'm going to talk to Hannah about it because it's I'm sure it is a friend dynamic that some people have.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I don't think that's healthy at all.
No.
I'm the type of person, you can ask Abby, 4 weeks ago, I asked her, I was like, I asked her and Rachel, I said, what is the most annoying trait about me? Tell me right now. I was like, I want to know.
What'd you say?
She said, I'm controlling. Well, she didn't say it like that. But
No, I think that was Rachel. I didn't say anything.
No, she didn't say anything.
Because I feel like, I don't know, like...
Good answer.
Not really like, I don't know. I don't think people really annoy me. Like, you kind of have your own opinion.
Yeah.
You do your own thing. You're like your own person. I might not agree or something, but I'm not annoyed.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No. Yeah,
but
Gabby's
she's
very
chill. Exactly. I get annoyed with certain characteristics of like my friends, but I told them.
Yeah.
I was like, Rachel, this.
Like, you didn't ask Rachel, but
this. And then Gabby, this. And it's not really annoying. I just think it's like just things that bug me, obviously.
You're a Virgo.
I'm a Virgo. But that's the thing. I'm very
Virgo to a
But
T.
I'm very like, I want to know, what is it about me? And well, Rachel said, like, I feel like, not controlling, because I feel like that's how I talk about myself. Like, I'm like, I know I can be a little controlling. But her response was, I think you're too alpha sometimes. And I am. It's like, sometimes I can be very alpha. Even though, like, I never considered myself to be very alpha. But I think because I'm so, like, I need to know everything and not control. I think I just need to know everything. I'm 100% alpha. Like, 100%. Like, I feel like I have this alpha personality. Not because I think that I'm better or because I think I do things better than anyone. I just think that that's the personality that comes out of me.
And you're talking alpha in a group of women. Not in your relationship, right?
Not in my relationship. I guess, like, yeah, in a group of, like, I guess people or friends or something.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like alpha just comes out, but it's not because I want to control the situation on purpose. It just kind of, like, comes out.
It's your personality.
It's my personality.
That's a very good
That probably
trait.
falls back into being a Virgo, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
I was working on your itinerary
Yeah.
on Saturday. And Chris is like, he's like getting something, and I'm like, on the laptop, he looks over, he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just making the itinerary for Hannah's weekend. He's like, because it's like all, you know, it's all in Canva, all cute and everything. So cute. He was like, did anyone ask you to do that? Why are you putting yourself? I'm like, no, Rose, like, me and Rose are on it. I'm like, she needed help. So I just wanted to have everything a little bit more, like, structured. And I'm like, he's like, you are fucking crazy. And I'm like, you love this about me.
That's not crazy. That's such a good, amazing quality.
Yeah,
like, seriously.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. That is so sweet, because when you guys sent that, I was shook. I was like, what? I thought we were just going and we're going to wing it, right? Like, we'll figure out the fucking horses and wine. I don't know. We'll figure it out, right? Like, I did not expect you guys, like, to create a whole itinerary and a whole theme. Yeah. And a whole, like, teenies before Blake's weenie.
I know, that was so cute.
Oh my God. That was so cute. And no, I'm so appreciative and grateful, because that is so sweet. Because, like, look, and I'll say this, I have no shame in saying this, but, like, even friends, you know what? I'm going to say it. I have family members who are a big part of my wedding, but are not putting in anything into the wedding. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean that maliciously, but I mean that I have people who I've known my entire life who didn't show up to my bridal shower, who are contemplating maybe not coming to the wedding because so-and-so is going to be there and they have family drama with them. And it's like, it's so shitty to put me in that position, one, but two, you're not showing up for me, and it's like the most important time in my life. And what I'm trying to get at is, like, I have you who's putting in tenfold, 10 million times effort than even my own family and some of my, you know, some of my family or friends have for me. Yeah. So that is it's an amazing trait to have, and I'm so grateful. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being meticulous like that, because I'm like that. Like, I'm very much, I would be doing that for my friend. I've done that for, I'm going to say it. I did that for my cousin, who I grew up with, who I'm very close with. And when she got married, I was there. I went to her bachelorette party, which was all the way like in Fredericksburg, and did the whole thing and like helped decorate, helped do all these things, right? And like helped her wedding day and like said a speech at the wedding. And I feel like a lot of that hasn't been reciprocated for me. And it hurts. It honestly hurts, but it's okay because like everyone else is so compensating up for it for me. Like, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. I've told Rose this endlessly. Like anytime we are on phone conversation, I'm just like, I appreciate you so much because Rose I've known for going on like 8 years, right? But we started bartending together back in the day, and never in a million years did I think she would become closer to me than my own family, right? And that to me is just speaks volumes, and I'm just so grateful and appreciative.
She is so amazing.
No, she's like the best.
I sent her the itinerary because I was just like trying to help her out, and I was like, here, look it over and then send it to the group.
Yeah.
And she was like, it looks perfect, you send it because I want people to know that, like, to give you credit. And I'm like, shut the hell up. I'm like, you're so sweet. I'm like, I can't with her. I'm like, she's just so sweet.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's really
like,
sweet.
Seriously, one of the most incredible people.
Yeah.
Just her personality, the way she handles situations. Seriously, she'd give like the best advice, and we've been through a lot together with like other friends and other things that have happened to us in our lives. But she's just always someone that's like, I'm gonna tell you how it is, and I'm here for you. Like she's just always there, and I can count on her for just everything. Like she's so amazing. I love her so much. I was gonna tell you, I saw her this past weekend because we were at one of our mutual friends' son's birthday, and I brought Emma, and she brought Zane to the party, and we were catching up, and she was like, no, I was telling her, the itinerary is so cute, I'm so excited. She's like, I'm so excited. Meanwhile, the kids are like grabbing shit on the table. We're like, I'm so excited to get away this weekend. I know. The kids like grabbing her hair, you know.
Oh my gosh.
But she was like, no, it's crazy because actually Jasmine created all of those, and she wanted me to send it. But I was like, no, like you send it because you made it. Like I want you. She was like, I don't know if she was like apprehensive to send it or what, but she was like, no, I want it. Like she created that. I wanted her to get the credit. Like she did all that work, blah blah blah. So she did kind of tell me that.
Yeah, she's so sweet. No, and I think like, you know, people like, again, people have lives going on, but it is like we all have lives going on, right?
Yeah.
Like we all have shit going on in our lives. We're all busy. Some people have kids, some people don't have kids but have businesses. Like but like it's important to make time out of your day for the people that you care about. You have to show up and show them that you care about them, right? Yeah. And it just, I mean, it is like we've had these conversations. It sucks when people don't show up in situations that you would hope that they would show up in, but it's just like, now you kind of have to just like, for people like us, you draw a little bit of a boundary, right? Like how much effort you put into other people. Yeah. It's just part of it.
Unfortunately, I'm the type that like I'll still be there for you.
No, I know.
It's like to a fault, and Rose
like
will tell me that.
Learn.
Yeah, it is.
Never learn.
Well, it's not a learning lesson to me. It's just how I was raised. And it's just me. I feel like I'm overly compassionate to where I'm like, oh, maybe they had a lot on their plate, right? And it's like, no, you're making excuses for their not showing up, but it's okay. Like I'm okay.
I also think it's not. I know, like, because I was saying you never learn because Chris says you never learn, but I'm like, I told him, I'm like, it's not about me ever learning. This is who I am, and I'm not going to change the way that I am for other people.
That's exactly
I'm like,
what I was
this is who I am, and this is what makes me happy at the end of the day, because I'm not doing it. The thing is that I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it for me because this makes me happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, it makes me happy to go into this weekend and having an itinerary, and like we have shit to do, and it's so exciting. And it is also like I was telling Gabby, because I was like, I'm so excited. It's my first bachelorette. I'm like, oh my God, so excited.
Really?
It is my first bachelorette. You are popping my cherry. And I was like, I'm so excited. Everything's gonna be like because I would want this for me too, you know? And like it's really hard for it to fall on just one person. So like that's why I was like, you know, going back and forth with Rose and stuff. And it sucks because two Rose can't be there both nights, you know, unfortunately. Yeah. But no, yeah, I think for me, it's like, I just do it for me. Like, what I have the extra time, I'm going to do it. Like, it makes me happy. Like, if so-and-so doesn't appreciate it or whatever. Like, it's not, yes, it's for them, right? You help people out for them, but like, if that's what makes you happy, you got to do it.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
this is like
you're popping my cherry, girl.
Oh
I was so excited, even though we're going to ride. These horses are going to pop our cherries up on that.
Yeah. No, they better not.
Rose did tell me there's no TV, I think. So we're going to have to figure something out.
Which is good.
Yeah, I think it's good. No, because I had been planning, like, because you love horror movies, so I was like, we'll watch a horror movie. Yeah,
okay.
but there's we'll figure it out. I have something else.
I was going to say we could even bring, like, my laptop and watch a movie on the laptop.
Yeah, well, I was going to bring my iPad and stuff, so.
Okay.
But I honestly don't think we'll have enough time to watch TV. We'll probably just be talking and making martinis and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
I'm not going to lie, I haven't been as excited as I am like right now because I have been so stressed out with a bunch of stuff happening, and I almost feel like I feel like I could be home like doing a million other things, but I'm so grateful that we committed to this and we are going. I'm grateful you and Gabby are coming, like so beyond grateful, because I feel like it's a well-deserved weekend getaway to where we can relax. And it's not a Vegas thing where like we're not going to be like partying, drinking, whatever. It's like a chill, relaxing girl weekend, and I haven't had that since I was in like middle school. Seriously, I was thinking about it. I was like, most last me at a slumber party. I don't know.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
Staying in a house with girls is so fun too.
It's so fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
like it's a good time, and so like I'm excited. It's gonna be too, like, I think the weather is kind of nice, so it'll be
it's gonna be kind of chilly.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Should we film the pod out there?
I don't know. I want to take it, so we'll see. It's all gonna have to be like, I mean, if we can figure out the wiring stuff, we can. We can film an episode.
Let's see. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking the camera so we can vlog.
Yeah, vlog
stuff,
some of it.
It'll be a fun time.
Okay. That'll be
we'll keep you guys updated because it should be really, really fun.
I'm so excited and so grateful. Thank you for everything you've been doing.
Of course. I'm so excited. Okay, so I wanted to read a little bit of, because we had 2 girls send in just kind of advice that we didn't get to last time. So I wanted to read them to you and kind of give them to them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, first one says, "Hi ladies, wanted to see if you could cover a topic of being married and couching your spouse on threads or text to another girl to get drinks, but brushing it off like it's nothing and was nothing. Currently going through a separation, but his behavior has not improved and it feels like it's ongoing, and not to mention, I am going through cancer treatment on top of all this. Currently remission, but still actively getting medication. What are your thoughts? Stay or leave?"
Leave him immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Damn. I was already sad for her.
Yeah.
And then you hit me with that. Oh my God. I think that is so disgusting, to be honest. And it's like, it's tragic. You should be having support from a man. You should, especially if he's your husband, right? They're married.
Yeah.
That should be the person you are going through the hardest time of your life with. He should be there every step of the way, and like betrayal and wanting to have drinks with someone else shouldn't even be a single thought happening in his brain, or shouldn't be coming up whatsoever. And that's terrible that you're going through that. Seriously.
Yeah, to get drinks. Like, if you're married, like currently through a separation, I'm hoping the separation was because you found out he was trying to get drinks with someone. Regardless, if someone is if you're in a committed relationship and someone is messaging another person to go out and get drinks, that's a no-no.
Absolutely
that's a
not.
red flag, absolutely. And I will say this. I think one of the hardest things that you can do for yourself as a woman or even as a man is stay with someone and make an excuse for someone who is treating you like you don't deserve during a really hard time. Because as many as excuses as you make up for them, that feeling that you get inside will not go away. You will always feel unworthy because that person did not show up the way they should have showed up.
Or the resentment towards them.
The resentment too. You will always feel that resentment. Why didn't that person show up? Like the fact that that person did not show up or was there for you when you needed them the most, that is something that, like, no matter how much time goes back, you can't take that feeling away.
I was just about to say, I don't think that's something you can repair.
You can't repair that.
No.
You really cannot.
No, because you could try and push away all that resentment, but you're going to project it so much time and time again. It's always going to come back up. And that's a tough one. That's really tough.
Yeah. That is exactly, like, that's so well put. Because it's, you can let time go through and heal, but I feel like it's one of the toughest things to repair, because I feel like I've been in situations like that before when, like, you go through this really hard moment and you expect that person to be there for you and they're not, and you make excuses, and at the end of the day, though, that pain, it doesn't go away. You can look at them and smile and love them all you want, but still in your heart there's just something missing. It's like, I don't know where I heard this analogy, but it's literally like you have a heart and they cut through it and they can stitch it up, but the stitch is never perfect, right? So you still have that scar there, and then they do it again. You know, it's just like you still have these scars, and at some point, your heart is just going to be full of scars, and that's going to affect you mentally more and emotionally more than anything.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Best way to put it. And it's like, it's crazy because, like, the scar tissue is going to try and heal it, right? But underneath the scar tissue, it's still there, and it's going to cause damage over time to where, like, at the end of all of it, like, your heart will burst, right? Like, you're going to explode, and it's going to all explode and implode, and then it's like, it's not going to be healthy for your relationship in the end.
Yeah.
And I think you need to find someone who's committed and very loyal and who's going to take care of you, and that's terrible.
I think it's
so sad.
I know it's really, like, people can say, like, love is complicated. Oh, but he loves me. Like, first of all, you need to leave him, because it's easy. He either wants you or he doesn't. Does he want to be there for you? Does he want to be with you? And if he doesn't, great. Let him go. Let him live your life. You do you, versus being with someone who you do not want to be with, someone who does not want to be with you.
Or is half in, half out.
Yeah. You're either in or you're out. And if you're in and you want to be in, but there's things holding you back, let's do therapy. Let's figure out why you're not all the way in, right? But, like, you're either in or you're out.
But also, to me, I don't ever want to convince a man to stay or to be in.
No, absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know what you mean by, like, maybe therapy is a good option. Let's talk this through. But to be honest, I'm going to put myself in her shoes. It's a no for me, because a man should be head over heels and wanting to live life with you and live life to the fullest and be so committed to you, to where you should never have to slightly even convince a man to want to stay or be with you or marry you or date you or take you this, buy you flowers, do that. Like, that should not be something you convince a man to do. A man should, if he wanted to, he would. He's going to do those things for you because he wants to be with you.
Absolutely.
And it's so clear in that way. And I think if you have any sort of doubt, move on, because that's not the right person.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. We only had 2 that we didn't get to.
That was a really good one.
That one's a really good one. I was like, I need to read that one. Okay. Here for some advice. 3 years ago, I got pregnant with my man who wasn't my man. We currently live together, but when I ask him if we're together, he just gives me, yeah, if you want. I go with the flow. First of all, yeah, if you want, I go with the flow. No. If I didn't want to be with you, I wouldn't be here. But this guy has never asked me, so yeah, I ask, and I have his child. He makes it seem like it's miserable to have a kid. I even gave him the option to stay away from us, but he wanted to be a family. He has no help. He brings nothing to the table but paying our rent. Feels like he's just in the way, to be honest. I know the straight answer is to leave, and honestly, I've been checked out for a while now, but what can I do when I have nowhere to go and can't afford my own place? My mom lives too far, and I have a car that wastes so much gas for work. I get paid okay, and it took me forever to find a job after having my son, so I don't want to leave my job. I also have everything here for him. His doctors, therapy, daycare. A girl needs help. There is so much more to this, but this is already long.
Oh,
I know.
Killing me. Oh my God.
I feel like having to fucking ask someone, all we want is to feel loved and to be chosen.
Yeah.
We just need you to be like, I want to be with you. That's it. You have to tell us one time, I want to be with you. But the fact is, like, she's needing this reassurance, right? Like, that's why you keep asking, it's like the girls, do you love me? Do you love me? It's because you need that reassurance, because they're not giving it to you. And I don't think that's the best way to live. in this relationship where you're having to ask and like I just go with that's no way to live.
I'm going to give you my really honest advice. This is what I would be telling my closest girlfriend. Get a good job. Stack your money up on the side.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay? Stack your money up on the side. You live that life. Live what you're doing. Do what you do now. And get your bag. Save as much as you can. Get a new car. Like, do all the things that you need to do to grow a life for you and your son, not involving him. Because obviously, like we literally just said, you shouldn't have to convince a man to want you, right? Or to stay in that relationship. Like, for him to say, well, I wouldn't be here if I don't want to be with you. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. So you're going to find someone who wants to be a family. And by what I mean when I say family is a father to that son, a good father, not someone who's complacent and who is annoyed with us having a son around the house and you're doing everything. That's not a family. It's not. You're going to find someone who wants to help you. And I think on the side, you need to save as much as you can. Do things for you and your son. Get yourself ready to be able to get out of that relationship and to do something for yourself and build a life and have an apartment. Do whatever you need to do. Yeah. Move closer to your mom. But you need to have those savings and money stacked up to do that.
Absolutely. I think if you don't want to be with that person, I would. You don't have to necessarily move. You can take baby steps. But what Hannah said is what I would do. You have a good job. I don't know if you said that he takes care of the bills. So save up your money. And when you're not working, try to find something that you can do on the side that he has no idea about. Open up a separate bank account for that. TikTok shop right now, girl. And let me tell you, if you girls have the time and you are not on TikTok shop, you are missing out. It is all you have to do. You might already have the things that you can make commission at your house. You may already have that cream that you already bought from someone else on TikTok. Make the damn video. I'm telling you, there's people with like only 10, 20,000 followers that are making like $50,000 a month. Like, that's obviously like crazy money. But if you could bring in an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month and save it, in 3-4 months, you could already get your own place. Like, that needs to be your goal. Bringing in some extra money some way so that could be your cushion money so that in a few months, you and your son can make it out.
Another thing, too, that would be really, I would do is I would do that off to the side, right? Yeah. And I wouldn't let that be known whatsoever. Absolutely. Don't do that in private, just you. Don't tell him about any of that. But once you get to that point where you have stacked up enough to where you could live a comfortable life, you don't need him anymore, you don't depend on him, I would give an ultimatum. And I would, because you don't ever want him to throw that in your face later on, like, well, you did this shady stuff on the side, you never told me, you never gave me a chance to give you a good life and be a better father. So once you have all that stacked up, I would have a sit-down conversation with him and say, look, I don't like the way things are going right now. And to be honest, if things don't change, me and my son are leaving. And see what happens. And if he's not fighting for you, that's even more of a reason. Like, you're done and you have something to fall back on because you've been saving this whole time. But I would at least have that conversation with him. Just don't make it something to where he's like completely blindsided, because maybe he doesn't realize what he has until he loses it. Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think if I love that you said that, like, don't blindside him, especially if you do care for him, give him a chance. Right. Like, I'm going to go if things don't get better. And if he's like, oh, where are you going to go? What do you have money? Don't first of all, don't be like, I have so much money. Don't throw that shit in his face. No. Don't say that. Right. Quietly is always better. Be like, I'll figure it out on my own. I'm letting you know, either you change or I'm leaving. And if he brushes it off, you get up and you go, because you already know you're going to figure it out. And he's going to be like, what the fuck? And he's either going to change and be better, or he doesn't give a shit.
And you know you did the right thing.
And then you know you did the right thing.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's
perfect.
I feel like we gave you great advice, homegirl.
Yeah.
Keep us updated. I mean, I love that we get these. We get them ever so often, but I love that we get these on the Patreon too, because it really makes me feel like the girls trust us. And, you know, we love giving our advice when we can give it. We try to do our best, right? Like, Hannah and I are not therapists, but we try to do our best, and we try to answer and how we would answer to one of our closest friends if she was going through something. Right. We're going to give her, like, this is what we would do in your situation, right? So That's why we also have the Patreon, because I feel like the girls on the Patreon are just, they're so good. I love them. And if you're not on the Patreon, oh, you need to join. Our episode on, I was explaining the whole labiaplasty to Brittany the other day. I was showing her pictures and everything. Yes, I had never looked it up, and it looks so good. Like befores and afters.
It's crazy because as soon as we left from filming that episode, I looked up the whole procedure and I was going to send it to her. I was like, this is too graphic. Like, I'm going to ruin her night. I was like, because you were scared.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to send it to her, but I thought about it.
You should. I want to look into it, but we're not going to talk about it too much.
That's Patreon.
Go on the Patreon. On the Patreon, we are uploading weekly, guys, too. So it's not just like you're getting one episode a month. Like, we're uploading weekly on there, too. And I feel like the content on there, we've done a really good job. And today's topic is going to be a little bit, I want to say, like, the Patreon isn't just like, oh, like, our ride or dies. The Patreon's a lot of things that we are too, I don't want to say scared to share, but it's more private, right?
Very.
Like, what you're about to talk about today is private. The labiaplasty episode was very private for me. I'm really glad I shared what I shared, but I had never shared that with anyone. So, like, to share it with the Patreon girls and, like, them appreciate it, and then us having those topics, it literally made me feel like, oh my God, my besties just made me feel better, you know?
Exactly.
Like, so, like, these topics are things that, like, we don't really want everyone to know. We want, like, the people that really are closest to us, and the people that really, like, if you are on the Patreon, is because you care about our life, or you care about what we have to say, and that's important to us. That means, okay, like, you care about what we have to say. It's important to you when you listen to us, so we want to share that with you guys. So if you don't have to join the Patreon, right? We love sharing with you guys every week, but if you want more of us, the Patreon is the way to go too.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and I've been so nervous to film this episode that we're doing today for Patreon, but it's something that when I spoke to you about it off camera, it was just like, what is my purpose? What is something I want to get out of doing this, right? And talking to you guys every week. And we have this group of girlies, like the DMs I get from girls are just like the best. Just thank you for sharing that. I go through depression too. I go through anxiety. And it was so nice to hear that even you struggle with that, because it makes me feel seen. And I feel like I have someone else that I know goes through this with me. And that was my purpose of doing this. And I did tell Jasmine when I first discussed doing this with her that there's a lot of things in my life that I have never shared with even like my family or some of my even closest friends. And I'm at the point where I'm ready to let that go, because if it's going to help someone else feel like I've been through that too. And I'm so glad I'm hearing your story, because I've been so scared to share like my story about sexual assault for so long, because it's very traumatic. And it's things my dad doesn't know, my family doesn't know about it, but I'm here to let it go, because I want other girls to, I know other girls have gone through it, because I've shared it with just one of my closest friends not even a few weeks ago, and she was like pouring her heart out to me, and she's like, I went through that, and I've been too scared to tell you even, and bonding through that. It's just, that's what we're here for, this community of women and girls and everyone. Just I want to make everyone else who's ever been through some sort of situation or heartbreak or depression or anxiety feel seen.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're here for. So yeah, and it's something that's so touchy, and it's something that's scary to talk about, but that's why, like, Patreon girls, they're there in the comments, and we reply to every single comment, and it's just, it feels like a group text of like my friends, and that's what I just love so much about Patreon, because there's no negativity there.
Absolutely. And I feel like in a world where everything seems like you have to have it together, we're here to be like, you don't have to have it together. No one is perfect. No one's life is perfect.
No.
As it seems, like, everyone's going through things, and we're all trying to figure out life as we go. And I think one of the things that I've always carried through my life is, like, always be as authentic as possible, always share the reality of things. And that's what people love. Like, they love that we're, like, so, like, we love how real you guys are and how fucking blunt you are and stuff. And I'm like, that's how I like being talked to. I want straight up, girl. Give me it straight up. Don't, you know, I love that the girls really appreciate us for that, because there's not much of that around. So yeah, we're just grateful to have this community and a place where we can talk about what we're going through the week and share. You know, sometimes it's motivational. Sometimes it's like just chisme between me and Hannah, or, you know, giving you guys advice. But please send in anything that you guys want us to talk about, because that's what we're here to do. So
seriously, this has been like my therapy.
I know.
Like, I'm so grateful. Seriously, I'm just so grateful for all the comments, all the girls who DM me. I reply to every single DM.
Yes.
Every single one. That's just,
yes.
I love it. Like,
I do too.
I really do.
But yeah, I think that's it for today, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening. And we're so excited for this weekend. We're going to keep you guys posted.
Yeah.
We'll take some. I saw these two girls in a bikini. I saw this girl in a bikini. I'm like, maybe we can get Hannah in a bikini and cowgirl boots.
That would be so cute.
That'd be so cute.
Yeah.
No,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we do. Or I might just get some embarrassing clips of Hannah and put it on the Patreon. I'm just kidding.
Do it.
And do it. I'll draw a big dick on your face.
First of all, sleep with the dick drawn on their
Oh my God. A prickly dick, and they have to ride the horses like that. All right, guys. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys. I'm literally just a girl.